Welcome back to JB Reviews. I haven't done videos like this in a while, and I want to just kind of talk about what I'm seeing at dealers. So there was a time when you came to a dealer, you couldn't find Ford Broncos or Ford Lightnings, and I remember there was a time when you couldn't even find the Mustang Mach-E's. Now they're pretty much everywhere. And you guys know I love my HD and Super Duties. And this is the first time that I've come to the dealership and they actually have a row of the Super Duties. And oh look, there is an available dually here. And not just any dually, this is actually a Platinum. And if you don't remember, I did a video on this truck probably about a month or so ago. Now this was a special order. The customer waited 2 years to get this truck, and as luck would have it, got tired of waiting. And that guy actually ordered like a 2021. So back then, that truck was probably 15 grand less in that ballpark. And he definitely did go a little crazy on the options. Like he got the winch up front. This one does have the standard output power stroke. And yeah, I mean, $100,000 for a dually is actually not terrible today, especially if it's a Ford. So why are Super Duties now starting to fill up rows on dealership lots? Well, I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but these four trucks do have something in common. Let's start with this one. This is a Lariat F350. It has the standard output power stroke. Now this truck does have leather seats. It does not have a sunroof, but it does come pretty well equipped when it's a Lariat. Like it's gonna have heated seats. This one has the ventilated seats as well. And this truck is priced just under $80,000. Up next is the special F350 known as the XL. I don't think I've seen one of these at a dealership yet. This is the perfect work truck. So this one here has the standard output power stroke. This truck is priced under $70,000, full drive. Now, obviously, if it's an XL, it's gonna have cloth seats. It's gonna have, you know, 6 passengers, so it's gonna have the bench up front. No LED headlights, although that is available for the XL, but this is truly bare bones. Up next, another Lariat F350, standard output power stroke. This one's priced around $80,000. And last, but certainly not least, here's an XLT, which is a step up from the work truck. This has the Super Cab, and it has, where's that engine at? Right here. The 7.3 V8 for $58,330. Now, again, what do these four trucks have in common? They're not high trim levels. That is kind of scary. Think about it like this. Four trucks are definitely still selling. The only difference is they're just not selling as fast in the lower trim levels. But did you guys see any limiteds here? Nope. What about Platinum? Now, I know that that F350 dually was a Platinum, but I think that's a very unique truck for a very unique person, because like I said, well, maybe I haven't said it yet, but if I were to buy a dually, I want a high output power stroke. I'm just being honest here. I don't have to have the lowest gearing like the 410 on the F350, but I'm definitely getting a high output power stroke. And honestly, F450 is truly the way to go. By the way, here is another Super Duty F350. I almost wonder if these Lariats were all ordered by one business, because they're very similar in how they spec them. And it's kind of rare to see 3 exact trucks that way. And that's something else to talk about too, is most people today want painted bumpers. They want a more upgraded wheel, kind of like this. There it is. That is an XL with the STX package. Painted bumpers, it has the blackout for the wheels, LED headlights, and fog lights. Oh, by the way, here's a Lariat with a sport appearance package. Again, painted bumpers, gunmetal wheels. These trucks are actually sold. And for the most part, you can see this one has an upfit on it. There's another one right there. All these trucks are already spoken for. So that's kind of my point here. Ford trucks are still selling, but people want what they want. And when it comes down to $100,000 truck, right? people are able to spend the extra cash for those pickups. That's scary to me. You would think that it would be flipped, especially in the market today. You would think you would see more of the higher trim levels starting to sit because people don't want to spend the money on these expensive pickups, but it's actually the opposite. The lower trim levels, and it's kind of been like that for like the last few years, are the ones that are actually sitting on the dealer lots because people want a more jazzed up pickup and people can afford them somehow. I mean, I'll be honest, I know I have 2 trucks and all, but you know, I'm a business owner, so obviously I write off my truck, so that's why I'm able to do what I'm able to do. Now, if I was putting them in my personal name, I wouldn't be able to do this. I couldn't afford to because, like I said, I can write off, well, I think I can write off 100% this year, but after this year, I think it's gonna be like 80%. But here's a few more trucks on this side, and as I said, you know, pretty much bare bone pickups. You don't see any platinum single rear wheels, King Ranches, and that is pretty crazy because you would think that with the market that we're in now, people would be a little bit more concerned because prices on trucks are astronomical. I mean, just perspective, let's see how much this truck is. This is the F250, and as I said, it has that sport appearance package, has the standard output power stroke, and they want $80,130. And I'm willing to bet you this truck probably has around like 3,200 pounds of payload capacity. So you can tow, you know, a 13,000 pound fifth wheel trailer and stay within the limits of these trucks. So here's why I'm making this video. This is the perfect time to come out and look at Ford Super Duties because even though this truck is $100,000, I'm willing to bet you Larry H. Miller is willing to negotiate on a truck like this because it's probably been here now for over 30 days. And one thing I love about the Ford Super Duty dualies is they do give you Michelin tires, and these are great tires for fuel economy. Also, they're gonna hold up better when you're towing heavy compared to what other manufacturers use, Ram. And this truck has the higher gearing out back, but this truck does still have, you know, best in class towing capacity, solid front axle. This truck already has the winch. So when you think about how they spec this truck out, this is an overbuilt rig, 48-gallon fuel tank, and it has all the luxury features that you probably don't even need in a truck. Like they have sonar and a backup camera on top of the tailgate, so when it's down, you don't damage it. And trust me, if you tow a trailer, sometimes you forget like I do. I mean, I've never damaged my tailgate, but I've been close many times. This would help a ton. And here's a chance to buy a lower trim model at a discount because remember, 7 months ago, guys were paying MSRP for these trucks. And even if they got a small discount, most people were probably only getting $1,000 off on these 2023 Super Duties earlier this year. But if I'm willing to bet you, most guys were paying MSRP. Some guys even paid $5 grand over or even more in some cases, especially if it was an F450. I saw dealerships offering these trucks in the F450 class for 20 grand over MSRP. So this is the perfect time to look at Ford trucks. I mean, right now Ram is starting to discount. There's not a lot of GMC trucks out there. Like typically they're coming in spoken for, but Chevy trucks, there's a few of them on the lot, low trim levels. The same story everywhere else. And I think that this is probably one of the best trucks on the market because Ford does pride themselves on Super Duty. Like you see that every year, like every couple years they're always changing or tweaking something. So yeah, if I was in the market for a truck, I would 100% look at Larry H. Miller's website. They probably even have some other trucks coming in that are probably pre-sold, but if someone backs out of it, you might have an opportunity to get a King Ranch or even a Platinum or limited trim level if that's what you're looking for. But that will pretty much complete the video. I hope it was helpful, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I am here at Larry H. Miller Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. If you would like to buy a truck, I would reach out to Diego. He's one of the salespeople here. The commercial team, they're great guys, Tim and Ken. So if you would like to order multiple trucks, be sure to reach out to the commercial department. Let them know you saw the video. See you guys soon.